Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. It's week 33, and our diggers have a bunch of Windows games lined up for us today. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. First up, Sean E has dug up WINGAMES /strategy/Henry. Given that this is in the strategy folder, I'm going to guess that this has something to do with tanks, maybe? We got a write file here. Jeux de Henry. This game was taught to me by my old expatriate Frenchman in the country of Chad, when I was being trained to be a teacher with the Peace Corps. Apparently I used to play the game with the Italian World Wars. Oh. It's one of these games. Okay, so I'm sure a number of you are probably familiar with this concept. Doesn't maximize. The idea is that it's a two-player game where you have a row of 3, 5, and 7 whatevers. In this case, it looks like coins. And here it's being shown as columns, but oftentimes you see it done as rows. And the idea of this game is that on your turn, you could take as many pieces as you want from one row, but you have to take a minimum of at least one piece. And the idea is to not be the one who can't take it, who ends up taking the last piece. So let's see if I can remember how to do this thing. And how do I end my turn? Next turn. And so now the computer moved. So some examples of what could happen here. If I took all 3 of these, for example, then he could just take these 2, and I'd be left with just the last piece, and then I'd lose. If I took those 2, then he could just take these 3, I'd leave me with the last piece, and I'd lose. So I'm going to do that. And now it's pretty much a given that I'm going to lose now. See? So, very simple thing. Let's try a different strategy here. Let's leave one piece left there. Oh, see, he still won that. What are the options here? Random challenge. I wonder what that does. Oh! Well, now that's interesting. I mean, you saw that here. It's defaulting to the sort of lengths of coins that you would normally see in this style of game, but it looks like there could be up to 5 rows, and you could even have it randomly set how big each row is. Well, I keep saying row. I'm used to seeing this game as rows, not as columns. That's why I keep calling them rows. That's actually really clever to redo the game in this style, so that it has this much greater potential here. That's basically all there is to this thing. So I don't know. It's a very basic game. You can play it with just whatever. You can just take a whole bunch of pocket change and play it that way, really. One thing that's kind of weird is I've actually seen this game used as a mini-game in some video games before. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, actually has this game as one of its bonus games for refilling your life and earning bonus points and such. I think it was bonus game number 2 in that game, because there's 3 different bonus games. So there's another place you could check out this style of game if you wanted to. But yeah, very basic thing. If you like these kinds of little games, then there you go. Next up, Brendan of RETROSNIM has dug up WINGAMES /NEWWIN2 /rats. Obviously going to have something to do with rats, but let's see for ourselves. Maybe it'll have absolutely nothing to do with rats. Oh, it has a lot of sound effects, though. Why is there a sex.wave? I didn't do... Okay, this could go south really fast. Right, Sean O'Connor, April 1994. Free 6-level demo. Order button for details. So, this guy wanted £15 or $25 for the full version. which has 32 levels. 32 level, 4 stage? What? Aren't levels and stages the same thing? And the rules. Kill all the rats before they have a chance to mate and overrun the maze. To kill a rat, pick up the objects which appear at random on the right-hand side of the window by clicking the mouse on them and placing them in the maze. Bar graph tells you how many male and female rats are left alive. Bar reaches the top, you've been overrun and have lost. Well, that's interesting. Since the rats can't breed, if there's only one gender left, it actually maxes out your items so that you can easily kill off what's left. So this is basically a game where you commit genocide against rats. Got it. Verminators? Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see what you got, game. Play. Oh, these are the levels. I guess we got a grass level first. Aw, it's nice and grassy. So, what are our goals? Kill stuff? Oh wait, that just blocks them in. So, bombs? Oh, that's interesting. The rats don't start off able to mate at first. Oh, and I can actually change their gender, too, from the looks of it. So that was poison, I guess. Whoop. What? Is that seriously the... It's pooping out little baby rats. Oh boy. What do the clouds do? Oh, sounds like more rats are getting it on. A nuke? I have no idea what that did. This game is leaving me speechless. I'm really... Well, the other thing, too, is I'm actually having to play pretty aggressively here to have any chance of survival. Okay. This game is weird. Hectic, for sure. Well, let's see what the other levels are. Oh, wait, it won't. Left up bar. It actually won't let me select the other levels yet. So I guess you have to beat a level first before you're allowed to select a new one. Okay, this time I'm just going to go all out aggressive here because these things spawn like crazy before too long. And that's it, all the females are gone. So that means with only males left, this should be a piece of cake.
Well done.
Oh, and it already brings me to the next grass level? Okay, I see what they're doing. So grass is like the stage, i.e. world. So there's 4 different worlds. Grass, desert, ice, and hell. And grass is the world that you can play as in this initial version, and it has a certain number of levels available. Fair enough. That is such a ridiculous sound effect, though, when the rats mate. They're not people, they're rats. They're not even rats, they're computerized sprites. And it seems like you get different amounts of points depending on what you kill the rat with. Because it looks like the poison, you get very few points, but where something like the... whatever this toxic cloud is supposed to be, is actually worth quite a bit more. So there is actually quite a bunch of levels to this, from the looks of it. I'm not sure what I think about this game. Like, I mean, it's an interesting concept. The sound effects are absolutely ridiculous. As is just the general premise. You're trying to kill rats before they breed explosively. It's like... I don't know. I think the part about the game that I like the least is the fact that I have to scroll with these little arrows here. Oh, you can actually use the keyboard. So that's good. So you do actually have keyboard control over the camera, so you can focus on using them. Oh, God. Let's stop that for now. So you can actually focus on using the keyboard for controlling the camera and use the mouse to just plop items down. So I don't know. It's a fairly well-made game. It's just whether or not the content is offensive to you or not. So I don't know. That's a tricky one. I'd say if you enjoy what you were seeing here and you wanted to play it for yourself, then go ahead. But I can imagine not everybody's going to be totally on board with the subject matter of this game. But it's competently put together, so at least there's that. And our last dig for today comes from JARMO RANTA, who's dug up WINGAMES /NEWWIN /nuts. So now it seems we're going from just plain old rats to potentially rats with good PR, i.e. squirrels. Because I can't imagine what else nuts would be. Like, I mean, it's probably squirrel related. Nuts is a puzzle game. In the game there are 7 six-sided nuts? Wouldn't you call that dice? Each nut has a number on each of its... Yeah, that's dice. It's not nuts, it's dice. Nuts. Oh, jeez. Okay, so it probably has nothing to do with squirrels, then. How do you pay for nuts? You don't. It's free! Is it safe? It worked fine for me, and I scanned it for viruses. Yeah, because that's totally how viruses got distributed in the 90s. Oh. Yeah. Let's not go there. Anywho, it's saying that I need VB Run 100 here. It's not in here. Oh, it looks like VB Run 100 is still available anyway, so that's good. Okay, so it isn't actually dice. You could have fooled me with that description. So, okay. So it's basically just a matching game. How do you actually... Well... Okay, so left click is rotate counterclockwise and right click is rotate clockwise. Got it. So it's just a basic puzzle game, really. Rotate the nuts until all the numbers match up. At least all the numbers match up where they're going to be touching one of the other ones. So I don't know why you would put... Maybe it's just a mark where you think that, if you think that that's, like, supposed to be there or not. I'm guessing it's just a marking thing. Oh. Oh. It's a little more complicated than just spinning them around. Because you can actually swap them into different positions. That suddenly makes this a lot more insidious. Okay, normally I don't mind playing a puzzle game or something, but I got a funny feeling that this particular puzzle game is going to take me forever to figure out. Just from the nature of it. Because, I mean, first of all, let's just do some simple math here. There's 7 different nuts, and each of them can be in any of these 7 positions. So, I don't have my calculator on hand. Yeah, there are a lot of different positions that these could be in, a lot of different rotations they could be in. It all adds up to a lot of permutations, which I don't think I've got the patience to sit through right now. But, like, I mean, it does work, somewhat. See, here's something I find very bizarre, is that you can't just click on the nut itself. You actually have to click on one of the numbers in order for the nut to rotate. And even then, it's also misdetecting double clicks. So if you're trying to rotate it quickly, you'll click once and it will go. If you wait and you click again, it'll go. But if you click twice, it detects it detects the first click, but detects the second click as a double click and isn't responding to that. So it only spins once, despite the fact you've clicked twice. And it even happens with the right mouse button. So, I guess for what the game is, it does work, but those kinds of weird semantics about the clicking and the way it moves like that functionally it does work. It's just weird controlling it. That's all. So I guess if you want a kind of puzzle game that's like this, then maybe it'd be worth looking into. I just wish it functioned better, because you can't just click anywhere on the nut. It has to be on one of the numbers, and it's detecting double clicks as its own thing and not spinning when that happens. So I don't know. As I said, if it's this is your kind of puzzle, then go for it. If not, then bad controls.